So you might have to click something on your end just to allow record. Is that happening on your end or not?
Yeah,
Yes,
I did it.
did. I
Okay.
clicked.
All right. So now I'm going to go to share screen. And pull up this over here. So here is the Google Drive. And I'll just start clicking on photos. This is in Las Vegas. This was the little Nelson girl. Jeanette or
Oh my gosh, it is.
Do you remember exactly what her name was? I don't remember. Some Janae, Jeanette, just something.
No, but that sounds, Jeanette sounds right. I would not be able to say for sure, but it sure does sound right.
But that's simply our backyard girl up the street.
Yeah, and her exact identity isn't critical to our family history.
No, not really.
I saw her once at BYU, and she flagged me down in a grocery store parking lot. And she said, "Hey, are you a Compton?" And I said, "Yeah." And anyway, so we chatted a moment. She told me who she was, and she was just the little girl up the street. I was astounded that she picked me out.
Flagged you down.
Right. I was like, I would have never picked you. I would have never said, "Hey, I think that's that little girl that lived up the street." Now,
You're hard to miss, Artie, and you're hard to forget.
I guess so. Okay,
How many of your neighbors were Mormons going to BYU?
What's that?
How many of your neighbors would send their children to BYU? Wouldn't that be unusual in Las Vegas?
We
Not
had a few on that.
necessarily.
Huh?
Quite
Yeah,
a few Mormons. Quite a few
Yeah, there
Mormons
were
in
quite-
Las Vegas.
That street had quite a few.
Yeah. Okay, so here is picture number 2. This is
Uncle Kenneth.
Kenneth. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
look
sure?
at that. I've got that thing flipped wrong. Look, you can't read the number. I need to flip that image.
That's
Oh,
okay. We'll forgive you, Terry. But isn't that Uncle Kenneth or is that Uncle Robert?
I was
That's
thinking
Kenneth.
Robert,
That's Kenneth.
that I don't know.
I
That's Kenneth? Okay.
I assert my authority as a senior member of this committee that it is Kenneth.
hey, our best
All
death
righty.
is
So is that MaryLynn? Isn't that her name?
Yeah, that would be his wife.
and her
I
name
think
is
her
Marc.
name was Marlene.
Okay. Anybody know about
Where?
when this photo was or where they were or anything else about it?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Well,
I do believe that Dad took the photo, but I don't know any more than that.
we're going to assume late 60s or early 70s because that seems to be the time frame here.
All of the slides were dated 69 to 71. That was the date that they were developed, but not necessarily the date they were taken.
Right. And all of these are from those slides. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this looks like something in Nauvoo. I'm guessing that's the Mississippi River behind us, which would
Yeah.
mean this was probably the move between Virginia and Las Vegas. I don't know for sure which building in Nauvoo that is. That's my guess. Any other thoughts?
That was my first thought, was Nauvoo. As soon as I saw it, I thought that's Nauvoo.
Yeah.
Well, it
Okay.
certainly does look like some of the Mormon history sites, one of them.
Yep.
Hang on. No, I'm doing a Zoom call with my family. Sorry, I can't right now. Okay, so this is Dad.
Does he have long hair? Really
It looks
long
a little
hair?
looks a
At
little long.
times.
I don't remember ever seeing it quite that long.
Up here, it looks like it says
Weiser.
Weiser Ward Chapel.
That looks like the Weiser Ward Chapel to me.
I
It
don't-
is the Weiser Ward Chapel.
I have no memory of that specifically, but that's
Me either, Artie.
okay.
I have a memory of the Weiser Ward Chapel, but not necessarily this picture.
I have memories of the swimming pool at the park in Weiser and the Ward Chapel.
What's Dad got on his feet?
I was trying to zoom in to look at his feet a little closer, but then it messes up. Anyway, I think he's got plastic bags wrapped around his feet.
That would be
That
Dad,
would-
all right.
That would be just like him.
I'm
that-
just like, what in the heck is on his feet?
Something
Okay,
like that.
plastic bags, apparently.
Well, at that point in his life, he was a millionaire, so he could only afford plastic bags.
Yeah,
I should say.
really nice plastic bags.
Yeah, they must have been.
Okay. And I'm gonna guess that's our dog George.
That would
And
be
Annette
George for
And
sure.
mom.
And yeah, Annette's head is just off the photo there.
Is that Annette?
Uh-huh.
will-
She wasn't a minute ago. What'd you do? I could
Oh.
see her hole before.
Yeah, back it
Okay.
off. There we
Okay,
go. Yeah, there. That's Annette and Mom.
does
You
it,
know, do you know the occasion? Looks like there's a swimming pool back there in the background and they're sitting in the park.
Well, I think
Is
we
that-
assume this is the move.
it could be the move between Vegas and, I mean, between Virginia and Vegas.
So
Or
it
it
could be
could-
anywhere.
Or it
Yeah.
could be in Vegas, or it could be,
No, that's not Vegas.
you don't think so?
No,
Okay,
you see
green.
that? You see
Yeah,
that
you-
big,
You don't
big
have that
tree
much green
beside him?
grass in Vegas.
No, that doesn't. That's
Okay.
not Vegas.
I'm
Alright.
gonna guess, my guess is that this is in Weiser. There's some other photos we have of when grandmother Compton died, when everybody went to Weiser.
I don't think George went.
I was gonna say it's odd though that the dogs were with us.
yeah, Annette's got a rope with,
And
probably
then the dog.
going over to Vaughn, probably. And
Yeah,
George
that
got
would be the trip out to Vegas.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, well, there's a swimming pool in the background, as best I can tell.
We probably
Yeah.
just stopped at a park and the pool happened to be there.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So
That's
we're supposed to answer the questions who, what, when, where, and why.
That's our detective work. The dogs are with us. They didn't normally travel with us. So that's my guess.
Yeah. So that move was made, I believe, was it late 69 or was it 1970 when we made that move?
I think it was 70 because I was in Australia at the time and I hadn't been there terribly long when you guys moved, although you waited a long time to let me know that you had actually moved.
Never, Jay. This family never does stuff like that.
Yeah,
That-
I never heard anything from home because the bishop of the ward in Manassas, or the branch president, sent me my money, and Dad arranged it that way so it could be a tax write-off. So I never got letters that would come with the money. I would just get money that would come in the mail, and
Oh, how funny.
and I never got any news from home.
You ever think
Well-
about going back to Australia?
What's that?
You ever think about going back to Australia? For a visit?
It's not likely at this point. I thought I might do it before I got married, but since it didn't happen, I'm very unlikely to do it now. It's really
Yeah.
incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Australia's expensive?
Australia is very expensive, but it's really expensive just getting over there and back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the COVID stuff, but I just have to mention that when I was on my mission in North Carolina, they were, towards the end of my mission, they were going to be making this move to St. George, and all my friends were writing me letters and telling me about it before Mom and Dad ever did.
Yeah. That is
So
so
I'm-
Compton.
I wrote them and said, "What's going on? My people keep mentioning that you're moving. What's happening here?"
Well,
Yeah,
when I was
got-
at, when I was
I
at
got
Camp
news for you
Zarahemla,
guys.
you guys moved to Virginia.
I never expected Mother and Dad to write to me, so I didn't have any problem.
I didn't expect it either. I mean, I wasn't disappointed because I had no expectations.
That doesn't mean I
Okay.
didn't think they didn't, that doesn't mean that I didn't think they loved me. I was quite confident they loved and cared about me, but they just not writing people.
Yep.
Who do you suppose that picture is of the person on the desk over there? Is that Aunt Nita?
It looks kind of like it might be. Can you zoom in a little more, Artie?
So we've got Mom and her mom, Grandma Chandler, Hazel Chandler, and I zoomed in a little more. I don't know if that helps.
It's too pixelated. You can't tell.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's Aunt Nita. Kind of looks like it might be to me.
I would agree that that's the most probable.
And where is this? Does anybody know?
Was this at Grandma's place?
It looks like a, the decor of the room says this is an older home with older decor. Look at TV right there and just everything in it. Says this is an old house.
You know what? I went to grandma's house once when I was a little girl, and mom and I rode the bus up to grandma's house, and just she and I went to see her, and it feels familiar from that trip.
Okay, let me make, I need to make a comment here then. This is not the house that she was in when I was a child.
No,
Okay.
probably not.
This would be the house that's across the street from the Weiser Chapel.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, that she moved into. I don't know exactly when she moved into it. And she stayed there for some period of time. And then, of course, mother and dad took her and brought her with them, I think, for a while.
That was, she stayed at our house when we lived in Pleasanton, which would have been in the mid 70s. She would have come 77 or 78 or somewhere around there.
78, I think.
It
'Cause
might
I
have
was
been.
14.
Okay.
I think this is the house she lived in when our family took the trip from back east out to Salt Lake. And then we drove up to Weiser and we spent the night in Grandma Chandler's house that night. I remember sleeping on the floor in the living room, just inside the front door. And it was the house that was in close proximity to the church.
Boy, if
And-
you guys, if the family slept in that little cabin she had, that was a really tiny house.
Well, I don't remember the whole house. I just remember sleeping on the floor.
Well, if you
Anyway.
slept on the floor, you probably was tiny. I'm sure we were all stacked. If I was with you everywhere and anywhere.
There was no bed for me to sleep in, so I'm sure it was tiny.
So
Yeah.
look how young mother looks there. Isn't that amazing?
Yep, she was young once. That's what
Yes.
I've heard.
Okay, just an interesting thought. If you think about, let's see, if I was 8 or 9, 8 maybe, when this picture was taken, mom would have been 51, 52, maybe.
She would have been
Well, I
30
was
years younger than I am now.
I was 8 years old when we moved from Virginia to Las Vegas. So you would
Oh,
have
okay,
been,
that's right. No, you were 8, huh?
yeah, you would have been 6 or 7 or something.
Some right in there.
Yeah.
So still, she's only 50. So she was 45 when I was born. So she's 51-ish.
Which
She's
is younger
young.
than Larita is now.
I know, right? That's really crazy to think about.
So,
It
okay.
is hard to understand.
All right. This is the next picture. I have no idea who this is.
This is when is this maybe
Looks like,
Bruce's family? And we're out seeing, is this maybe some of Bruce's group and people?
I don't know.
I don't recognize it as being that.
I would guess that's as good an explanation as any, but we can't confirm it, it sounds like.
Well, it's definitely not Blackridge. Bruce and Linda lived on Blackridge with Nancy and Denny for a period of time. That's definitely not Blackridge.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
This
Oh,
guy's
that-
got knickerbockers on, the little boy, and white shirt and green pants. Let's see,
Yeah.
that's an interesting style.
But I can't really
I
identify.
actually think that's a skirt, Terry. I think that's a little girl.
Okay, it's a girl, that's fine.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's a little
Oh, that's
girl.
a skirt, that's not, oh, I see, it's a
Whoops,
skirt.
I went to the back that way.
Okay. Hey, well, the
Yeah.
house in the background there is unfinished, if that
Uh,
helps us any.
Right?
Yeah, that doesn't help me, but I don't know.
I have no clue.
I'm
I'm
gonna
at a
go on to
complete
the next
loss.
photo. This is mostly unknown. We just don't know who it is. I think that's Chad.
Yeah, that's Chad. But I don't know about anybody else there. And
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
That looks like David over to the right.
Hardy?
Marcia's son. I mean, Camillea's son.
I
Oh, that's,
think he's too
but
old.
yeah, David
Too old.
Hardy would not have been that old when Chad was that young.
No, you're right.
Who's the little person on the swing? Well, scroll over it. Who's the people sitting down? Can you click on them and move it over that way?
I don't know.
Is
Can
that
I?
Becky?
Nope,
you
I
Can't
lost
tell.
him.
move it over? It
Oh,
looks
now
like
it's
Becky to me.
Well, Chad needs to be here. He might be able to tell us something about this picture.
Actually, that's probably really true, Jay. Our missing link is the problem here.
Okay, I'm trying. Oh, there we go. Now I got to zoom out again.
If you put your cursor over on the people and then zoom in, it should zoom in on them.
Okay, my cursor's there.
Click and then move it. Click or grab or
Yeah, it's just
Well,
not quite.
you got to put your cursor over a little bit further to the left before you zoom.
Okay, I'll put it over here.
It'll go.
Oh, there we
there
go.
you go.
Now I can see more pixels.
Yeah. That helped a lot.
I have no idea who that is.
We
I
can.
still kind of feel like it looks a little bit like Becky, but I don't feel positive by any
Oh,
means.
yeah, that does have something like Becky. All right.
We've got a small child right here and a small child over here. This looks like a Utah kind of backyard.
It
Apple.
does.
Apple trees in the
The
backyard
little
here.
guy in the back looks like what I remember Byron looking like when he was a little guy.
Where are you supposing this is?
I don't know.
Wait, just Utah. We've got Utah.
Utah-ish.
Utah, but you don't know about a specific location, huh?
No. Just leave this one for Chad.
Okay.
He's in the picture and he'll either know or not know.
Okay, there's Annette.
That's Annette.
Is that Annette?
Annette and
Yes.
Alden.
I was going to guess that was one of Camilla's daughters, but
No, that's Annette.
And then Alden's
okay. Well,
in the
there's kids over
trees.
here on the side, and
Yeah, that's
if you zoom out,
Joseph.
there's more kids in the picture.
Got
Yeah, that's
Alden.
Joseph. Joseph Alden.
And this looks like southern Utah somewhere with these juniper type cedar trees with the little
Yeah.
blueberry, little bluish berries in them.
So that was
So-
probably about the time you guys moved.
Right. So that could be Blackridge area. That's a
It could.
possibility.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could.
Um,
Somewhere around Springdale.
yep, could be.
Could be
Zoom
very-
out on it, Artie. I want to see see what you're not zoomed all the way out, are you?
Yeah, I am.
All the way?
Yeah, it's not letting me zoom out any further.
Okay.
I could, yeah. That's as zooming out as it'll go.
So do you have
So-
any idea what the occasion was here?
No, not specifically.
Well, yeah, this it's tricky to know because when we lived in Vegas, we went up to Blackridge and Zion's quite a bit
Yeah.
on a number of different occasions. So what we can safely say is it was probably 1970 or 71. That's when the photos were developed, and is either when we were moving out west or one of our trips up there in that era. And that's our best. At least that would be my best guess. And so Annette would be, what, 17 or 18 here? Didn't she
Yeah.
she graduated from high school in Las Vegas, is that right?
Yeah.
So right around that time era where she graduated, either she's senior in high school or just would have graduated from high school. Hey, but we've already
Seen
seen
that
this
one.
one.
Saw that one.
We saw
Seen
that.
that one.
Did I go back or something?
I wonder
Okay.
if
I think I had a couple duplicates there before I got straightened out.
we've seen
Okay.
that one.
All
No,
right,
we haven't seen, no, we haven't talked about this one.
we haven't looked at this one yet. Because that's,
This is out there at Blackridge.
yeah,
That's the Vista Cruiser,
right.
Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. And that's definitely Blackridge
Art.
landscape.
Yep. So that's me front and center, making a
Right.
Yep.
face. And that's, I'm gonna guess Joseph Alden bending over. There's
Yep.
mom. And I'm gonna guess that's Annette, but it looks like we got some of Camilla's crew. I'm thinking
You
that's
got some,
me.
yeah, that's Mia right there.
That's Mia. And that's
And,
probably Melody.
That's Mel.
And that
I
might
don't know who
be,
that is.
that might be Chris. That might be, it might be, we don't know.
Just
Well,
hard to
she's-
tell.
You know,
If
you
she's
guys
bigger
had a
than
whole,
Melody, it's not Chris.
you
Yeah.
guys had a whole family that I was not acquainted with. I was gone, you know, before you guys hardly got, well, many of you weren't born yet, actually. And
Yep.
I never lived with a family during all these years that you were visiting with our other relatives.
That's what you
Yep.
get for running away from home.
Is that what I get?
Yeah, that's the price you pay.
I left home at 18 and that was,
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, so this little person right here.
Might be
um,
David,
But
since
David,
we're looking mostly at Hardee's here. Hardee's and
it
This
is,
is Chris and that David. Well,
David
yeah,
would be taller than that, I would have thought. I
I
wonder if
don't
that,
know, me too.
I wonder if
Yeah.
that could be just a, but it doesn't quite look like it would be Robin either, though.
No, she's too blonde. That's not
Yeah.
Robin. There's no way.
Right, so
maybe
I'm
it's
not sure.
a feral child.
That's what it is. They came out of
Yeah.
the sagebrush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway, it's a fun picture. It's fun to,
what
Uh,
would you guys have been doing there? Well,
Who knows?
Dad bought that property. He bought 1,200 acres of land down there between Cedar City and St. George, and it was called Blackridge.
yeah, I'm aware
Yeah.
of that, but why would you have been there at this particular time?
The family went there quite regularly because there was a beautiful spot that had a mint stream
Mhm.
and was a really great place to camp and to hike and to just have fun. So I know the family went there quite often. I went there with the
Yeah.
family a couple of times.
This almost looks like there was a little fire right here.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, and Alden is roasting a marshmallow probably.
yeah, could be.
But that would not be our regular camping spot though, so I'm
No,
not sure exactly where.
No,
that
the regular
was.
camping spot was under the trees and lots of shade around and that
Right.
mint spring and the stream
actually,
of water.
there's two kids there that have sticks in the fire.
Yeah.
Alden and the other one has got a smaller
Yeah.
stick in the fire.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
Okay. Going to the next one. I don't know for sure where this is. Looks like Southern
I
Utah.
think, okay, I know this is a way, way long shot, but I have seen this picture before.
Okay,
And I think of Aunt Barbara and Uncle Don is Don. Uncle Don, is that right? Is that his name? Is that who Barbara was married to?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Don.
Well, are you saying this is around Weiser?
I that's where they live. All I can say is I remember going to Aunt Barbara's house once and I got to ride on the tractor with Uncle Don, I assume. And there was a pond. This picture right here is so, it
Okay,
just feels like that day that I got to ride on the tractor because I loved the pond and I loved the feel of that whole area. And I believe there is a picture of Mom and somebody over in these trees, more like over in these trees. I can't say for sure where, but anyway,
So this
Okay.
this would be Don Adams. And his-
yes, Don Adams. Yes.
see
Yeah,
the-
I've been there too, but I didn't, I would have been there many years before you, and so I don't recognize it, but then there's the hills around Weiser. That is compatible with saying this is Weiser. They're not
Alright.
mountains, they're just hills.
Those
Yeah, I
are,
couldn't
those
even
look
say it.
like Idaho hills.
Yeah, I couldn't have even said it was Weiser. I just remember how cool it was to ride on the tractor. And I
Well,
love,
but
pond.
if it's Don Adams, it is near Weiser. If he lived outside of Weiser, not right in Weiser.
is that right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I see. I couldn't have said that. That's all I can say about the picture is it strikes me as that day we went to their house and I got to ride on the tractor and I loved the pond. There you have it. There's my story.
It looks like there might be a cow back here under the big
Yeah, there
tree on
is.
the left.
yeah.
No, there's a cow back there.
He could be related to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
And
this is Byron
you think that's Byron?
too.
It might be.
I
So
think
Byron
it is.
is,
What's the building in the background? Does that tell us where it is at all?
oh, it's got purple up here. Is that a Bumbleberry building or some kind?
No.
No, that's an apartment building, I think.
Yeah, apartments. Probably at
Anyway,
some Provo. I
so
don't know.
Byron,
I think that's Byron, but I do.
so just for the record, Byron is the oldest son of our brother Bruce,
Right.
who actually has now lived in Cedar City for a long time.
Still there.
Yep.
Ooh, oh, Byron lives in Cedar City. I thought you
Yeah.
said Bruce did.
Yeah.
I can't say who this baby is. No clue. Very-
Let's see. It's got
It
some
says
writing
little
on there.
bumbleberry.
Oh, do you know what? That I've got that flip too. That says Bumbleberry.
Yeah, bumbleberry pie.
Yep.
Yeah, I need to flip that over.
Yeah, I don't
should
know.
Pay more attention. This is Virginia.
Okay. Is it Virginia? I was gonna say, I don't know who these people are.
Are you sure, Terry?
No,
Jay,
I'm
I don't
not
think
sure.
Virginia.
That's not the Manassas Chapel.
Oh,
Well, there's a
not-
couple, I'm gonna skip a little bit. There's a couple of pictures here.
Yeah,
There-
there's a number of them.
Oh, that's not it. There was a, nope, okay. I don't, somewhere, in a little bit, we're gonna run into some other pictures
Of the
that
same
are
chapel.
taken from this same area that you
Right.
people, but I don't know who they are and I don't know where it is.
It's not Colfax, I don't think. But that Dad took a number of pictures. I just assumed it was Virginia Manassas, but I don't know. I never saw the chapel that you attended when you were in Silver Spring, so I don't know about that.
No, it's definitely not Silver Spring.
And you
And
say
it's not Colfax either.
it doesn't look like Colfax to me either.
No,
And you say it's not Manassas, well, then I don't know where it is.
no, it's definitely not Manassas. I
Yeah.
have no idea where it is or who those people are.
Okay, well, go on. Here is a blurry picture. This looks like, well, let's see, the picnic table, this.
That's Bruce over there on the left.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's Bruce, maybe that's Afton, but this doesn't quite look like where we would camp up at Blackridge.
Oh, and we didn't have a picnic table either.
No, and that's probably, is that you right there, Larita?
Is that Marcel on the right?
Right here?
Standing up, yeah.
I
No,
thought it was Afton.
I
Down.
thought it was Afton too, but it's such a blurry photo. It's really
I
hard
do
to say.
think that could be me, although I have seen pictures of me that were actually Melody at that age. So
Then it wasn't a picture of you.
I can't spot myself sometimes when it's actually Melody. I have literally thought it was me. So and we don't look a thing alike anymore, but at that age, I actually, yeah, it's a little tricky.
Yeah, that's probably Bruce, and I think that's Afton, and so, yeah, it's too bad it's such a
Bunch of
pixely,
kids.
blurry photo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the next one. So this,
Hands up on the rock.
okay,
I'm in the
And-
red.
Who's on the rock? Who's climbing up there on the
Uncle
rock?
Ken, Uncle Ken. Sorry, Ken
Ken
is.
Barney.
Well, Ken is on the top, but who's down here climbing right there?
Oh, climbing up right there is,
I'm not sure.
I don't know. But that's Alden and that's David.
That's, so there's Alden, there's David, Mia,
Yeah.
Larita. This is James, Marcel's boy.
That's who
Yeah.
that other little boy is. It's James in the
That is-
fire.
That is James, yeah.
Yes, it's James in the fire.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
I suspect that's my forehead, but I don't know who's climbing up here. Is this,
It's a girl.
is that Chris, Camelia's daughter?
I don't know.
It looks like, I think it's a girl.
Her
Yeah, I
her legs are too stout for Chris.
Could it be Becky?
No,
No,
Becky would not be that. They're too stout for Becky too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess I'm
I
not sure
agree.
who it is.
I have no idea.
Well, at least at that age, Becky wouldn't be that stout.
Just if anybody cares, Mom made me those clothes.
really.
Yeah,
Really, they're so cute.
yeah.
What, are you
right.
talking about the orange thing you got? Is
The
that you?
red. It's red, Terry. It's not orange. It's red. Yes, I'm
If
pretty
you
sure
have
Mom.
my,
made that.
if you have my eyes in my monitor, it's orange.
It's orange on mine too.
Really?
Well,
Remember
yeah.
it being red.
It looks like a fun rock.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It is southern Utah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Would that have been Blackridge too?
Yeah.
Well, it
General-
could have been.
General
Yeah.
area anyway. Okay, here
Hail,
we've
hail,
got
the
a,
gang's all here.
we got a good group here. So I'm gonna start at the left with my cursor. And I think that's Ken Barney, right?
Right.
And he would be holding, well, down here we have Rachel. So this would have been Marc or MaryBeth or
Yeah,
MaryBeth.
I don't know. I
Well,
think
and
so.
so there's mom. And then
Yep.
Marcel is holding.
And Marc and MaryBeth are really
Somebody.
close in age. Marc and MaryBeth are just over a year apart.
Okay.
So that adds up.
So MaryBeth and Marc,
Yes.
and then dad. And then we've got Afton. And so I think
Liesl's in front of her. So that's MaryLynn.
Okay. She's holding MaryLynn, and we've got Liesl here. And then Nancy.
That's probably Lynaea. As a matter of fact, I remember Lynaea wearing that dress.
That's Beverly Wilson,
And that's Beverly.
So is Beverly her mother-in-law?
her
Yes.
mother-in-law. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Beverly's her mother-in-law, and then that's Lynaea, Nancy's daughter.
Right.
Did you say,
And then-
did you say this one is not Nancy standing next to Beverly?
No, it is Nancy.
Oh, who?
Yeah,
That's
we've got Nancy and Beverly and Lynaea, but Beverly's holding Lynaea.
The baby Lynaea.
And then there was Liesl. So this must be,
John
John. Had to
Oh,
be
and
John.
Rachel.
you're right, John, Rachel, Larita, and then
You're
me
fine.
and Joseph Alden. And that must be James right back
James.
there.
That's James.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job, guys.
Is that all? Is
Impressive.
that Artie? Are you in there, Artie?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah, who's next
He's
to you,
high.
Alden?
That's Joseph
Alden.
Alden right there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know for sure where we're at.
I know. I'm sitting here looking at this, and the bushes make me want to put it in Los Altos Hills, but it's not right. There's not.
No,
right.
we're too young for Los Altos. We're dressed like we went to church. Dad's got a tie on. Alden's wearing a suit coat. So
Looks like
it's
it almost looks like I'm in an. As a matter of fact, I think I remember getting that dress for Easter.
Well, where would Beverly be? You don't run into her every day.
Well, no, but Nancy and Denny lived in San Jose. When we lived in Los Altos Hills, Nancy and Denny, well, they lived in Milpitas.
Yeah.
this
And
is
so-
not, this is before California. This is
Yeah, it is. You're right.
I would say it was Marcel and Ken's backyard, except that
Oh.
I don't remember all of the stuff I'm looking at here.
well, there was
No.
a relative. Ken and Denny were related, but before they got
Yeah.
married to his
Right.
sisters. Ken is Denny's uncle or something like that.
Yes.
Ken and Beverly are brother and sister.
I don't
Yes.
know. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're brother
They're
and
brother
sister.
and sister.
Okay. So Ken's sister was here with her daughter-in-law.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what the story is.
And
Okay.
You're covering your face.
This would
there,
be
Larita.
this would be 1971, 70
Okay.
or 71.
Right. Okay.
Because Nancy and Denny got married right after I went on my mission in 1969. And not too long after they got married, Nancy got pregnant, and there's her first baby,
Right.
Yeah.
Lynaea. So I'm thinking 1971 on this photo.
Okay. Yep. And we'll just assume it's at Marcel and Ken's place somehow.
In Sandy, maybe. They lived
Yeah.
in Sandy.
Oh, it might be Sandy. Yeah, it's not Ogden. Yeah.
No, it's
that's
definitely not,
possible.
it's not Pleasant View.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, okay. That I don't remember their place in San. Well, let's see. I've been
I
there,
have
but
big memories.
I can't say whether it's Sandy or not.
Okay, this is another one. That's that chapel again that we don't know where
Yeah.
it is or who these people are.
Nope.
Yeah,
It looks almost like Midwest type of a
it
place.
does.
Well,
It
there's
def- it-
apartments over here on the left.
Yeah.
Do you have any recognition of those apartments?
No.
Did you guys stop somewhere along the way when you moved and go to church?
Well, there's quite a few pictures at different times. I don't think this is a one-time deal.
It was not one time, huh?
Well, this photo, my hypothesis is that this photo and this photo are the same day.
And
Same
it's in
place.
Missouri somewhere.
Could be Missouri, it could be Kansas, who knows where it is.
Well, it does look Midwest.
It
It
does
does,
look,
doesn't it?
yeah, it has a Midwest look to it.
Yeah.
there are no mountains. Just this field and the trees, it just looks Midwest to me.
But the same is true of Virginia. There's no mountains around right away.
Yeah,
true.
but that's,
Doesn't look like.
if it is Virginia, it's like we said before, it's not Manassas.
Okay.
And this is the same
It's
place.
same
I don't know who
thing.
this girl is. I have
Who
no
do you
idea.
suppose she is and what she would think if we said, hey, we have a picture of you. Do you want it?
Well, I was in hopes you guys would know all about these pictures.
No.
No, I have no idea who that is or where it is exactly.
I'm surprised that Chad hasn't joined us yet. He said he would.
So I think, so this is Mom with some friends. These are aspen trees, which
Yeah.
puts us in the Mountain West. I don't think that would be the
Yeah,
eastern.
That would
Or-
be, yeah, these trees only grow up around 6,000 or 7,000 feet. They
Yeah,
don't
they're
grow
up
down in the
they're
valley.
up on the mountain.
So
We
I
don't know where.
I think that's the lady that was friends with Mom. I always thought she was really an interesting woman. She used to call me a country bumpkin. And she had always wore a lot of makeup and a lot of jewelry. And I always thought she was super fascinating as a little girl. I just would look at her and think, who are you? Because she was so different than Mom. And we even went on I don't know why we were with her, but I was in a car with her and Mom. Anyway, I don't know who she is though. I can't remember her name. But she
So
was Mom's
this-
friend.
This could be in the mountains above the mountains up around Vegas. Are there mountains there that would have aspen trees up in them?
They do
above?
not look like this. I was just there recently and no, does not look like this at all.
No,
Okay.
Mount Charleston, which is the mountain just outside of Vegas,
Right.
doesn't
And it
look like
this.
that.
No.
It could be California mountains.
Could be. It looks more
Yeah.
like Utah.
Yeah,
It looks-
Yeah,
not
I
like
would say
Utah.
it does to me look like Utah. In fact, if I didn't know anything better, I'd say it's Mount Timpanogos because that's where I went to see those kinds of trees, but I don't know.
yeah, it could be any number of places in the Uintas up along the Wasatch Front or even Mirror Lake area, or who knows where it might be.
Well,
There's
Yeah.
we're wasting our time. We can't
okay,
But
say.
it's too long over that one.
and
Well,
here's
here we
this
are
same.
back to that same church parking lot.
That's
Yep.
so Midwest.
Yeah, it is. Greetings, whoever that guy is. Okay, we're moving on.
Was
Here we
Bruce living in the Midwest at that time?
Well, there's Afton and Bruce and Linda.
Yes. Um,
I
And
saw this picture before and I couldn't
too.
figure where the heck they were.
could
Okay,
that
go
be?
Another one that and I
okay,
be in the
Can I-
same.
can I make a comment on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
We have some more pictures where I think they may be dressed similarly, and it's in Weiser and it's grandmother Compton's funeral.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
So
I
that's,
could see that.
okay.
I could see that.
So those other photos, no, those Midwest ones we were talking about, that's not Weiser though.
It's
No,
not the same.
no, it's
that's-
not Weiser.
And it's not the same as
Something
this
they're
either.
not connected.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right. And well, this is out of time and place. This is Joseph Alden going to the junior or senior prom with Nora Tenny. And so this would be like 1978 or 79
Wow.
in our backyard.
we went to the prom in our backyard.
Well, that's where the photo was taken. They were the swimming pool is just in front of them. If somebody hit him in the back really hard, he would have fallen into a swimming pool.
Look at that hair.
Yeah. What a mop.
Yeah.
Nora Tenny was a really nice girl. I actually crossed paths with her quite a bit at BYU when I went there. And
Did you?
yeah, just, yeah, good family,
Alden-
good people.
Just as a memory, Alden's hair was so long. He used to, if I can do this, guys, do it. Home evening, can you see me already?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then he would flip his head back and forth like this, so his hair would hit his hands. Do you remember him
Oh.
doing that, Artie?
oh, vaguely, now I forgot, but now
Oh
that
my
you
gosh,
mention it, it's like,
so
okay, I do remember him
crazy.
doing something like that.
Yeah, and he would just sit and do it through the whole thing. And I'd be like, aren't you getting dizzy? Aren't you just that? But I remember his hair was that long that he could put his hands on each side of his head and turn his head back and forth and his hair would hit his hands.
Okay.
I know.
Wow.
Weird memory.
Well, why this photo is in this place, I don't know, because it's definitely out of place in time. It's
Yeah.
The photos were shuffled. They're not in order.
yeah, I'm pretty sure this would be 1978 or 79. And this is someplace. Is that
There's
Vaughn?
Vaughn, I think.
That is Vaughn.
I don't know for sure.
Is
Where
there a
we're at.
swimming pool close? I thought this would be Las Vegas. Where you
It
had a
might be.
swimming pool.
No. Well, you think so, Artie? It doesn't look like Vegas to
Well,
me.
it could be Vegas before the pool was built. Because when we very first
Oh.
got there was no pool in the backyard.
That's true.
And I do remember climbing up on the roof and climbing across a lattice thing and jumping into a pool.
Well,
Okay.
then that might be the answer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think,
Chad would probably remember
yeah,
I agree.
this picture.
okay, well, that's our best guess at this point. And this looks
That's-
like Kirtland.
Kirtland. Yep.
Wondered
Oh,
what
yeah,
that-
yeah,
Inside the Kirtland Temple.
Kirtland Temple.
So that's
When it
our
was
drive.
Yeah,
I'll just go ahead and go to the next one.
This is
Nauvoo
not-
or Carthage.
Oh yeah, either one of them.
yeah, it's
Right,
Carthage.
Carthage.
This would be photo from inside the Carthage jail. This was the lower cell. And now we're jumping ahead a little bit in time.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm so glad wigs are nicer than that now.
This is a
Wear one.
bumbleberry type photo. Dad's purple coat is on mom, and he's got one of his,
Wild.
yeah.
Wild.
One of the dad shirts.
I don't remember his hair getting that long. I do remember mom wearing that wig.
Oh, is that a wig?
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a time, and about that time when everybody had to have a wig.
So any
But-
idea where this is? Is this California?
No.
Okay, where is it? Any
I
idea?
don't know why I answered so quickly because I'm just looking at the building behind them and I don't know where they are. Never mind.
The
No clue.
vegetation looks California-ish to
She
me.
looks older, but when she wore that wig, I thought she wore it when we lived in Virginia.
Oh,
But
well, Dad did. I
old.
don't think Dad had this bumbleberry decor in Virginia.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
So it
No.
doesn't add up. No, it's not adding up.
So it could be mid 70s anyway, probably mid 1970s is my guess on
Right.
this one.
I actually agree with that.
Oops.
Well, I like the picture of them. Wherever
Yeah.
they are,
Oh, I
they look happy.
Yeah, it's a nice picture.
Yeah, I
I
agree with
agree
you on
with
that,
that,
Jay.
Jay. Yep.
This is definitely Las Vegas,
Las
Yeah.
Vegas, yeah.
but who's on the slide? I am not sure.
I don't know either.
Did anybody ever fall off of that slide and land on the cement?
Not that I
I
know
knew it.
of,
Out.
but it was fun to have a swimming pool in our backyard in Las Vegas.
We had a lot of fun in that pool.
Okay, this is the front yard of Las Vegas, and we've got some of Marcial's kids here. That's Becky, right?
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
And
And-
that's James next to her.
That's James.
Ken's
That must,
laying on the grass.
what's that?
Ken is laying on the grass.
Ken's back here.
Annette, is that Annette or is that, no, that's not Annette, is it?
No, who
I'm,
is that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's Rachel.
No, too
No,
old.
Mother's
Rachel.
Day.
Way too old for Rachel.
Rachel is younger than James over here.
And isn't that you and the dog already next to James?
Yeah, I think that's me with the dog and Annette here, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah, that's, and then mom.
So I'm not quite sure who that one is. And that's
There's a Bumbleberry Barracuda that Dad drove back and forth between Las Vegas and California.
yeah.
Crazy.
That was a fun little car.
Yep.
Yeah, especially when it caught on fire.
Is this in Las Vegas then?
Yes. Yes, this
Yeah,
is,
How
this
many,
is
how
Las
many homes
Vegas.
did you live in Las Vegas? Just one?
One. Just
Yep.
one.
and yeah, we were there for 2 years, if I recall correctly. So, okay. And now we're back to
Nauvoo?
Carthage
Nauvoo.
or Nauvoo
Yeah,
or someplace back there. Is that Chad there?
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
can-
that's your church history tour.
Yep. Which I'm glad we did that. I would love to do it again as an adult. I never have. That would be a fun thing to do. Okay. And here we have Camellia.
Terry Bruce.
Oh, is that Terry? I was gonna say, these two are so blurry. What do you
Yeah,
think?
Me and Bruce.
Harry and Bruce.
That's Terry and Bruce and Camellia.
I have no recollection of that picture at all. I haven't got a
Ah,
clue where it
interesting.
is.
Well, there you are. There's the evidence.
You were there.
Yeah, but let's see, there's some pictures in the background. Are we standing in front of a chapel and those
You
are
can't
pictures on the
see 'em.
chapel wall?
I don't know.
looks
It's
to me
really
like
hard to
chapel
make out
walls.
anything behind you.
It's not a house.
Doesn't look like a house,
I think you're in a chapel.
but I have no recollection of that at all. And the coat I'm wearing there, I don't even remember that. I don't remember being around Camilla that much after I left home, and I'm clearly at an age where I've left home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we were going to ask you to tell us about this picture, Terry.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
Because I'm clearly not there.
You have
Well,
to check with Bruce and Camilla and see if they remember, because I don't.
Okay,
Okay.
moving on.
All right.
Oh,
And there's Mom.
St.
St.
George Temple.
That is a lovely picture of Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And
Is
might
that
have
the
been
is that the Kirtland Temple?
no, that's St.
No.
George.
St. George.
Oh, St. George?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Might have been
Okay.
Nancy's wedding or something like that. I don't know for sure.
She
But-
looks too old.
Okay.
She looks older than that.
It could
That's
have been.
probably, that's when they were building the log cabin, I'll bet.
No, she's
No,
not
she
old
doesn't.
enough.
Well,
Yeah.
she doesn't. She looks older.
But
She looks
she does.
older.
I think it's when we lived in Las Vegas, and for whatever reason, we were here.
Could have been on just stopping on one of
To
the
me, she
drives
looks
between.
about the age.
It could have been on a drive between
Yeah.
Vegas and Zion's or one of those.
Even the coat makes me feel like we lived in Las Vegas. I know
Yeah.
it's dumb.
No, I
And we-
agree with you, Larita.
And we did have a family
Well, wait a minute,
reunion
wait a
there.
minute. Why would she be wearing such a heavy coat in Las Vegas?
It can get cold in
Well-
Las. This is St. George.
Yeah,
And it
when we were in St. George for our family reunion, it was
Well,
pretty
where did we
chilly.
get all these green
Um,
bushes in Las Vegas?
They're not.
This-
This is St. George.
This is
Oh, it's St.
St.
George. Your
George.
question is where were you living at the time?
right.
Oh, sorry, excuse me.
So we were living in Las Vegas, probably went up to St. George, but if it was, November or December in St. George can be chilly, or January in St. George can be chilly.
Yep.
So, but the grass would still be green. So, okay, we're
Yeah, I don't
moving
know.
on.
Hard to call that one.
And this is back
Nauvoo
to
or
church history
somewhere.
on the drive from Virginia to Vegas.
No, go back, Artie.
Okay. Hang on, where's the button? Okay, I'm going back.
Look
What
at
are we
those look at those walls.
Oh, those are very
Oh,
thick
they-
walls.
This definitely southern Utah.
Oh,
So-
Oh, it's Jacob Hamlin's
Yeah,
home or
this is
something?
Jacob Hamlin's house.
Yeah.
oh. Wow, good call, Jay. You're right.
Yeah. I never would have guessed that.
Yep.
And here's our
Back to
Midwest.
that odd
mystery.
building.
Hey, there's a redheaded guy. Is that you, Hardy?
Oh, that must be me.
It's a little thick to be you.
I'm really disappointed that nobody knows anything about these pictures.
Well, yeah,
We can only know what we know.
and there they are
Oh
again.
my
I can't believe there are so many of these.
It's so fascinating. It's like, huh?
These
Dad-
people
Dad was
intruding
apparently
into
involved
our
with-
lives.
Dad apparently was really enthralled with the people there,
Yeah,
taking all these pictures.
Yep.
There they are again.
my word.
And I don't recognize a single one of them at
Look
all.
at
Not
that-
one
look at-
soul.
Look at
You
that
don't
tiny
recognize
little
the
chapel.
or-
That's
you
a
don't-
tiny chapel. That's a
No,
branch.
it
That's not a
is.
ward.
It's really
Yeah.
small.
Yeah,
Huh.
so. Okay,
Well, I guess too bad.
and
I don't know.
This is a reservoir.
Right.
yes,
It's not a natural lake.
No, I
Oh.
agree.
somewhere
I don't
in
know where.
Utah, probably.
Looks like it probably.
I don't think it's Deer Creek Reservoir.
Let's not dwell too long on landscape features. Let's, stick with family history.
Yeah, and
People.
hiking somewhere in southern Utah, and we just see a bunch of rear ends here.
Yeah,
That's just
So we
nice.
can't see the little boy there.
yeah, but we don't know who he is.
No, not well enough to know who it is. So I'm gonna move on. Whoa, I did not mean to enlarge that. Okay, I'm just gonna go on to the next one because that's an unknown. Now this looks like Rachel and Tammy, Bruce's daughter.
Rachel.
So this is Rachel.
Yes.
I think this is Tammy, Bruce's daughter. This,
agree.
That looks like Pamela, but Tammy is older than Pamela.
right.
Yeah, they'd be flipped. I agree with you.
Okay,
Jay.
all right. So maybe this is Tammy and this is Pamela.
No, no, no.
No,
No, the
it's not
dark-haired kid is definitely Tammy.
That's what
Tammy.
I thought.
Huh?
I don't know who the
I-
middle child is what we're saying. In the end, the middle child is a mystery.
Okay,
That's Pamela. That is Pamela's
No,
face. That's her face, and that's Byron
Okay,
in
so
front.
she looks older though than
I
Tammy.
know, but it's an optical illusion because Tammy is sitting further back on the couch
Right.
and Pamela is sitting forward.
And they're
You're
all
right.
really close in age. In the end,
Yeah.
they are really close in age.
Yep,
I think you're right. I think that's Tammy, Pamela,
And then
Rachel,
that's Byron. Yeah.
yep, that's Byron.
So early 1970 something, and we don't know where we are.
No.
And there's Dad doing a hooey stick with somebody. This, I'm gonna say, maybe a little later than 1971 or 72, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
Where
what
he-
was that? What was that lady's name? She worked with Dad.
Okay, I have no idea.
Her name was Pat.
Oh,
That's the
Uh-uh.
lady. Oh, I thought that other lady was Pat. I remember Pat.
But
I don't
who's
know.
wearing the purple top hat?
in the back here?
Off to the right.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't.
Bruce?
No.
No.
It's not anybody I recognize.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, so that's Chad. That's Liesl,
Liesl.
George and Vaughn. And I'm not
Somebody's
sure,
got
who-
a
not sure who that
teeter-totter.
is.
Don't know whose house they're at.
No, not sure. But since both dogs are there on a leash, I'm gonna jump to the conclusion it's the move from Virginia to Vegas.
Somewhere, somehow.
But then Liesl's there, so
It looks too
Yeah.
old.
you think that's too old to be Liesl?
Maybe not. No, maybe not. No,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's Liesl.
Oh, I know it's Liesl.
Okay,
Well, once again, if Chad were here, he could help.
that's slacker. I got that on a recording. I said that.
Yeah, you just got recorded on that one.
Okay.
We're divorcing you, Chad.
Well, I'm zooming out. How far through these are we? We are,
Right here. Go back up. Right there.
okay, I'm gonna propose that we pause. We've been going about an hour. And let's
agree.
just call it good for now. We've got quite a few more photos to go through. And although I have to say, this photo of me, I think is actually a pretty good photo.
Yeah. You say
Top
that
of the
with,
world, Artie.
As a matter of fact, it is a really good photo of you.
you say that with some surprise in your voice.
Well, usually in these photos, I'm making a face or doing something weird. This is one of the
Well,
rare
that's
ones
true.
where I'm just sitting there calm and not pulling some stunt.
Where is this?
Blackridge area, I'd say. Somewhere
Yeah.
Did you say
around there.
so? Yeah.
Well, I don't know exactly. It's that area.
Yeah.
So
I think you're right.
You're on
Okay,
top
well,
of the world, Artie.
Yeah. Let's see if we can't get that silly Chad to join us next time because he's the record keeper here.
okay.
I'll have a talk to him.
Sounds like it's your job. You got it.
Yep.
Jay, it sounds like you're the man to
I'll straighten that guy out. See you guys later.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Have a good evening, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.